We're going to do a couple of short series on things that I can do to help you with your struggles out there or situations that you're going to come across in the business. One of the things that we've definitely seen is a lot of people, as their equity has gone down in their home, they're going to try and beat you up on the commission structure and what you charge or don't charge. Now, the commission is up to you as to what you charge, but let's be real. Every 1/4% that you can get higher will add a significant amount more in your pocket. So I want you to focus on the thought process of this. We are not a discount broker. We offer a phenomenal service for the consumers out there. And you got to go out the door going, you know, you provide 6 or 7% coverage for these people with what we offer. And then if you offer anything above what we offer, it's even more than that. So it comes down to value and how do you sell it? Because if you can't sell the value and you can't hold the line, then it always is going to come down to lowering your commission. So let's just work together towards getting a better, confident game and really combating the commission structure. So this is designed for when somebody's trying to attack your commissions and get you to go charge less in your commission structure because a Remax or another company, another agent with another company that does not provide all the things that we provide on the marketing efforts will charge less because they don't offer any of those things. So let's just kind of back into this, and I'm going to act as though I'm talking to the seller right in front of me. Mr. Seller, I understand exactly what you're looking for, but it's obvious that in what I've gone over in my marketing campaign that the other agent that's willing to charge 4.5% does not cover. Would you agree with that? And the answer would be yes. So Mr. Seller, can I ask you a question? Has anybody ever gone over how the true commission structure works in real estate? The answer is no, because nobody has. Well, I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to just lay this out here for you, and it's always best to hand write down on a sheet of paper. I'm going to lay out how a typical 6% commission charge is broken out so you can see what variables you can control to get the cost down to sell your home. So let me run through it. On a typical 6% commission, you have the buyer's agent that goes into this half over here. Now, you can pay a buyer's agent less than 3%, but in today's climate, I definitely do not encourage that, and I'm going to handle it from this perspective. If I was in your shoes, knowing what I know, what would I be willing to pay on the other side? Well, I can tell you this, every other home out there is paying at least 3%. If you go below that, you're not going to have the buyer's agents want to show your listing. So, do you see a need to pay the buyer's agent less than 3%? And the answer would be no. So we got the other portion that comes down, and the other side is broken down into 3 components. The first one is my broker. Now I will tell you this, the broker has a lot of cost that go along with associated with running a brokerage. They have the office, they have phone lines, computer lines, all that's secondary. The most important thing that they have is the staff. And the staff is there to help get your listing out online a lot sooner than if I had to do everything on my own. So really, no one has ever been able to negotiate with the broker because they have too much money that goes out to make sure that your listing gets online as soon as possible. But you're more than happy to call them if you want to try and do that. The second component comes down to the marketing campaign that I'm going to do on your listing. Internet coverage, real estate book, all those different things. And I'm going to flip this page around. Now the page I would turn around would be the one that had all of the marketing things done. And I'd confidently look at them and say, is there anything on this list that you believe you'd like to eliminate to try and get the cost down? And you just shut up. And they'll look the list over and they might ask around a couple things, but the answer is always going to be in today's tight environment. There's nothing on this list that I would feel good about removing just to try and get a little more affordability out of the commission structure. And that's what your answer needs to be. But now this last equation right here, the last component, is usually the most difficult for people to get down because it really comes from selling yourself and putting everything on the table. Mr. Seller, the last component here comes down to the agent that you select. And I want you to look at it and think of it from this perspective. I put a lot of time, energy, effort, and money on the line to go into seminars, doing continuing education, and staying up on things as much as I possibly can to provide my clients a better service. Now, what I want you to realize is I am not the agent that's running around raising their hand, saying, I'd love to take your home at 4.5% because I offer so much more value in everything that I do. And I want you to think about this. That agent that's running around raising their hand saying that they'd list your home for 4.5%, they're going to be the ones negotiating that contract for you. And that's your price on your home. So would you rather have the one that's confident, that has the game down and provides all the marketing things and also has a great platform to negotiate on your behalf and get you a higher dollar amount than the other agent would? Who would you rather have fighting for you at that time? So Mr. Seller, it doesn't come down to what can I negotiate down to. You're getting 7% coverage for 6%. Do you see a reason that we can't go ahead and get started today so I can get your home in the system and start marketing in all the right ways that the 4.5% person isn't going to do? And you turn it around and you shut up because you just asked them for the sale. Now here's the reality. They might say, no, I am not going to pay somebody 6%. And then the choice is yours. You can either accept what they're going to give, or you can continue the negotiation, because I want you to remember at this point, they've selected you. Now it simply comes down to, are you going to choose me at the price I'm willing to charge, or am I going to have to walk out of here? And that's where the game really begins. From this point, if they say, and they probably will, we're not going to pay 6%, then what you can do is you can say, I tell you what, I know that you're not expecting me to take 4.5%, because at 4.5% I would lose money, and I know you don't want me to lose money. That wouldn't make sense. Is that correct? And they'll say, no, I don't want you to lose money. So then you cross through the 4.5%, you write it down. Okay, well, that lines through 4.5% because I'd lose money at that. So basically we're somewhere between 5 and 6%. Would you agree with that? And they'll say yes. So then it's a matter of if they're going to price their home right and you feel good about taking anything less than 6%, you might be able to negotiate to 5.5% by some steady series of negotiation. Well, I can't simply make the money I need to at 5%, but I would love to work with you, and I'd love to get your home sold, and I feel very confident that I can. So one thing would be to just say, can we split the difference and call it 5.5% and let me get to work for you today? And that will usually go ahead and get things moving forward. If you want to hold a little closer to the line, you'd say, I tell you what, I've got a Flex 6. And the Flex 6 for me is this. If there's another agent involved and I'm paying them 3%, I can't take less than 6%. But if I'm able to procure the buyer myself, I'll drop the commission down to 4%, which will save you 2% and get you to the number that you really would like. But that's only if there's no other agent involved. How does that sound? That's the Flex 6 right there. So there's different ways to work it, but you've got to believe in what you do. You got to sell the value of what we offer and really roll into the last components. The strongest one is the agent component, and feel great about what you do and be very confident in what you do. And remember, ask the question and then do the difficult thing. Shut up. Wait for the answer. Negotiate like a madman and come out on top. And if you just got 0.25% higher than what you typically do by negotiating very good, you'd be amazed at the end of the year how much more money you put in your pocket. And that's a great thing.